What's going on, guys? All right, we should be live. Let's go through these two games real quick. It's kind of a gross slate. Not not one anyone's really thrilled about, but we'll go through these teams real quick and go over some odds, and then we'll answer some questions and get out of here. On the Chicago side, a few pieces that I really like. I think Reese is a great tournament play at 10.6K. She's been really efficient shooting the ball, especially this last time out, shooting a lot better of late, taking quite a bit of shots. She's always been a great rebounder. Just learning to be more efficient. I've been really impressed with her so far, growing her game just in the short amount of time she's been in the W. No issues playing her. Mabry, fantastic tournament play. If the peripherals are there for her, they were down for a couple games, but if she gets 10 plus peripherals, she can nuke because she has 20 plus real life point upside. So don't mind her. Carter is a boomer bust tournament play at 8,300. Pretty hard to justify, but if she plays over 20 minutes, she can easily pay off that price. Just got to hope that the coach wants to ride the hot hand and she's playing well and they leave her out there. Cardosa, one of the best plays on the slate, in my opinion. Should play right around 30 minutes. It's a good matchup. 10-9 with 3 blocks. First game off the minutes restriction. I'm all in on Cardosa. I love the spot for her. Evans, I really like the spot for as well. 6,800. The price is solid. Assuming she's going to play mid-20s minutes with the potential to maybe touch this 30 peak. She's a good three-point shooter. If she makes them, she has a decent ceiling. Kind of an iffy floor, though, because if she's not playing well, they have been prone to pull her. I actually like the Shields. I think the price is really solid for her. She's going to play low 20s minutes. If she hits some shots, she can easily pay off that salary. I think she's a fine tournament play. Izzy is one of my favorite tournament plays because I do not expect her to be very high owned coming off 11 minutes. She can put the ball in the basket. And if she grabs some rebounds, she can easily cover 5,300. There's a lot of good tournament plays in these two games. The slate's kind of gross in general, but there's good tournament plays all around. Lindsay Allen, I'll talk about her. I mean, she's seeing mid-teens minutes. I mean, here's a game where she saw 27, shot 0 of 6. So she was still out there, even though she wasn't shooting the ball well. They'll go to her if Dana Evans is struggling. You just got to know the floor. I mean, 5 fantasy points in 17 minutes, but 4,500, you can take shots on her. I have zero interest in Kiersey, Bree, or Wnba. On the Washington side, we already know that Sykes and Austin are out. Van Loo, news has come out. She's been dealing with a bum thumb on her non-shooting hand. I don't think it'll affect her that much. I'm expecting her to play mid-20s minutes. She's more of a facilitator than a scorer. And when she is scoring, she's shooting the 3 ball. It's not like she's driving to the basket and taking a bunch of hard shots. So I don't think it really affects much. If you do think she's going to be limited, it would mean more minutes for SWK or Jade Melbourne. So you could take shots on them. No real interest in Inksler or Richards. Katie Lou, 6,100 is fine. I mean, it's gross, but she's going to play mid-20s minutes with the potential to touch 30 and is pretty score independent, but every now and then she'll grab some rebounds, get you some assists, and have a decent game. On a 2-game slate, I mean, it just holds your nose if you're going to play her. Dolson and Hans Allen, over 7K is rich. Hans Allen has played better of late. Like the past 2 games, I mean, she had the 44-point outburst here. 21 and 21, the 2 games or the other 2 games. Perfectly fine with her. She's going to play 18 to 20 minutes. Dolson is fine. She's going to hover around this 20 fantasy point mark. So at 7,300, she's more of a contrarian play. She did have this 34-point outburst here, but I mean, 19 real life points. That's not going to happen very often. Aaliyah Edwards is someone I'm really high on. 8,500. The price continues to go up. I think she's going to be in for a heavy workload, around 30 minutes, assuming no foul trouble. She did absolutely smash Chicago the last time they played. Camila Cardoso did not play in that game, even though she won't be Gardner for the most time. But it will make a difference because Cardoso she'll be hovering in the paint for sure. But still like Edwards at 8,500. Atkins, great tournament play at 9,500. The price is steep, but if she's going to pop for like these 20 shot attempts, like sign me up. I have some interest there for sure. Moving on, the Sparks at the Lynx. On the Sparks side, this is a team, this is the perfect slate to take some risks playing some Spark players. Wnba, 11-1. I mean, she's uber consistent. One of the best plays on the slate. Just plug and play most of the time. Brink, fantastic tournament play. People are going to look. They're going to look at what Uru did. And Cameron Brink only played 19 minutes last time out. Yes, if she plays 19 minutes, it probably keeps you from winning all the money because she still put up 22 fantasy points in those 19 minutes. All you're hoping for is the pop game, the game where she sees 27 minutes, maybe shoots the ball double-digit times. She's going to get her blocks. She's going to get at least 2 to 3 blocks a game. If she's grabbing boards and she takes 10 shots and plays 26 minutes, I think she finds the optimal. And at her projected ownership, I have a lot of interest in Brink. Lexi Brown and Ari McDonald, both of them are solid plays for the mid-range for guards. I don't mind either of them. They're going to play low to mid-20s minutes. Both of them can get hot shooting the 3-ball. So if this game is going to stay competitive, one of them is probably going to have a good game. Uru, 5,800, pure tournament play. If she plays 24 minutes again, she can easily pay off 5,800. If she plays 11 or 14, it's time to worry. Rakia Jackson, 5,700, just is not doing anything but scoring the ball. And if she's not scoring the ball, she does nothing else. 1 of 8 in 16 minutes, 4 fantasy points. In 14 minutes, 1 of 5 fantasy points. But she does have upside if the ball's going in. I mean, 26 fantasy points. Fine tournament play in large field. I wouldn't play her in like if you're making 3 lineups or anything. Clarendon, it's gross. If you want to play her, you can. I personally just can't. That's just I watch her play and she just offers legitimately nothing on the offensive end, and so her upside is just severely capped in my opinion. Nurse, 5,200. Minutes have been trending in the wrong direction. I know she got hurt against Seattle, so there's that. But if she doesn't hit her shots like in the first rotation that she's out there, she's going to play the first rotation and then the first rotation in the second half and probably not touch the floor again. So very risky, but if she hits her shots, she can stay on the court for high 20s, maybe even push for 30 minutes and absolutely smash that price. That's what I'm saying. This is a great tournament slate because there's a lot of tournament-only plays. Burrell, if you think she's going to play 22 minutes again, be my guest at 4,300. This game against the Aces, she played the last 5 minutes of the game. She was one of the first off the bench against Seattle. So who knows? It's a absolute crapshoot if she's going to be the first off the bench, the third off the bench, the last off the bench. Who knows? Actually, Zia Cook is the last off the bench because she rarely ever gets off the bench. But Talbot lost minutes this last game, so that's something to keep an eye on. She's not been good even when she was out there. So I don't think you take chances on her unless you're in just a really large field tournament. On the Minnesota side, there is some blowout risk here. It is a 13-point spread, so keep that in mind. Fee, 11-5. If this game stays close, she is going to absolutely nuke. This matchup is just meant for her. If the game blows out, I could still see her paying off her salary. It's just going to make it a little harder because they will pull their starters. They're like they don't worry about MVPs or extra minutes. They want their starters rested. McBride, 10-1, great tournament play because of her price. She's going to play low to mid 30 minutes. She has a high scoring ceiling. I mean, 32, 25, 25. If she gets the peripheral stats, she can really pop and put up a huge score. But if she does not put up the peripheral stats and she has a bad shooting game, she has 20 or even 16 fantasy points. So just be wary of her. I do think the price is a little high on Courtney Williams. I really liked her at 7,700. The matchup is good. 8,900, she's fine. You need her to play this 28 minutes. She's a great facilitator, great at getting the peripheral stats. But if she plays 19, 21, maybe even 23 minutes, it's going to be hard for her to pay off 8,900 unless she's putting the ball in the basket and scoring in double figures. More of a tournament play. Alana Smith, 8,700, been really consistent of late. Going to play right around 30 minutes. Have no issues playing her. Carrollton, she's going to play right around 30 minutes. If she shoots the three ball well, she can put up a decent score. Price is kind of rich, but on a 2-game slate, you got to take chances somewhere. Heidemann, 4,800, saw 19 minutes last time out. She's going to be one of the first ones off the bench. If she has a bad first rotation, like she did against Seattle, she may not come back into the game. So if you play her, she has to be good in her first rotation. Dorka, one of my favorite value plays. She's just going to play mid-teens minutes off the bench. She's had a couple games like this one where she only played 7. She did not play well. But for the most part, she's going to play mid-teens minutes off the bench. Good fantasy point per minute player. I think like 0.87 or 0.88 fantasy point a minute. Xander Lassini, they're just not giving very many minutes to. 7, 9. She played 14 last time out. She played like the last 4 in the blowout. She's really scoring dependent. Not someone I have much interest in. Afufa, if you think Courtney Williams struggles, they'll go to Afufa. She'll usually get the first crack, except for the past couple games. She did not get the first crack here. She come in very late and played mop-up duty. She did get a couple minutes here, but played a lot in the blowout. That's where she got her million assists or her million peripheral stats. Only saw 1 rotation here and then played in the blowout here. This is the only game where she saw consistent minutes because Courtney Williams got benched in the second half. So if you play her, you got to know like her minutes are not secure. Minnesota's rotation is wonky. So just be wary of that. But that's going to do it for all that. Let's get over here and answer some questions here. Let's see. Let me look. I've been seeing some. All right. Mystics, regular starters. All right. Let's see here. Yes, let's cook. Let's get it. This is a fun slate. Like this morning, I looked at it and I was not excited. I only have 1 line in the big contest, but it is a tournament level slate. Like tonight, you can take chances. Like I'm fully prepared to just burn my $15 because I'm going to take a couple chances. Kind of feels like a FanDuel slate tonight. I wish FanDuel stuck with their 3K to first. They went back to 1K. I only have 1 line on FanDuel. Anytime I do 3K, I'll try and throw a couple in there. But FanDuel is pretty straightforward over there for sure. Risk but value still. Yep. I don't mind. Like if you want to go there, go for it. Lee, I don't know if she's going to be over-owned. I think her price is going to have – I don't think a lot of people are going to click her. I think she's going to be pretty low-owned, but I can't pay $5,800 for Euro. I'm sorry. Edwards or Alana, I lean Aaliyah Edwards. It's really close, though. I just think with Austin and Sykes off the floor, Edwards plays to like a 1.2 fantasy point per minute player, whereas Alana is like right at a point. So I lean Edwards there. Favorite sub 5K option. Let's see here. 5K. Probably Walker Kimbrough. Probably SWK. Her minutes are way safer than Melbourne. You can take a shot on Melbourne. I'm not personally, and I'm usually the psycho that's playing, trying to squeeze every drop of value out of the cheap plays. But SWK, she should play high teens minutes, maybe even push for over 20 if they do limit Van Loo a little bit. So I'd say SWK. Ingsler, I just don't think she's going to get enough run to be a value. Like, she saw this 10 minutes here, but for the most part, I mean, she's playing like one rotation, like a little 4-minute stint when Edwards and one of the other bigs is off the floor. I just don't think she's needed on this 2-gamer. Favorite overall value play? You probably don't want to follow me because I'm playing Diamond to Shields. I'll just tell everybody right now, I'm playing to Shields. It is extremely gross. I'm plugging my nose and just hoping. I mean, she's been okay. Probably the safest of them all, like sub 6K, is probably SWK or DeShields, just because they're going to play 20 minutes and they're going to pitch in a little bit. Like, SWK is going to shoot it. She's been okay at getting peripheral stats. She's a good defender. She might get you some steals. I don't mind, like, if you want to take a shot on Clarendon, I just will never play her. Rakia Jackson has some scoring upside. But for me, it's DeShields or SWK. Alana or Brink? Probably Alana, but, I mean, for tournaments, Brink ceiling is nice. McBride is very expensive. Yep. She's going to be low owned. She's either going to absolutely smash and carry people to the top because she's going to be low owned, or the people that play her are going to instantly start building lineups for tomorrow. Who do you think McBride's going to guard? Who are they? They're playing the Sparks. She will guard Nurse. She'll guard Nurse. Yeah. I was thinking maybe Rakia, but they'll put Carrollton on Rakia. What do you think about fading Fee and Hamby and stacking Washington Chicago game with Brink for GPPs? I don't think I would fade both. I think there's merit to fading one of them. I just don't know if I have the stones to fade both. I mean, I expect Fee to be like 60 to 70% owned, and then Hamby to push close to 50. I think you can fade one. I don't think I would fade both. With the spread, you probably would lean fading Fee because she could get pulled, and maybe you just hope everyone else has really good games and you get away from it that way. But I don't mind the Washington Chicago stack. Love Hines Allen, my fade Edwards. I don't hate it. I mean, if Hines Allen keeps shooting the ball like she has been, I mean, she can go. Give her some run. I'll make the rules. I like him. I think she should be getting extra playing time. Favorite guard play, regardless of price, probably just the top end, like it up here. Mabry, Atkins, those two are probably your best bets, but I currently don't have any of them. Mabry and Atkins are the two best point per dollar guards. I like the 6K range. I like Evans a bit. I don't mind Van Loo. I really like Lexi and Ari. I think either of them one of them will have a good game. Maybe both. DeShields, yep. Let's see here. SWK and Reese, or Melbourne and Hamby. SWK and Reese. I think Angel Reese is going to have a great game. I think she's going to go over 40 again. Do I like Lindsay Allen? I never like Lindsay Allen, but the minutes are hard to ignore. Like, I will admit that. Like, the minutes are really hard to ignore. They're going to play her because they trust her. I mean, she's playing 14, 27, 17, 17. These are close games, like, that she's getting burn in. And I mean, every now and then she shot 0 of 6 and put up 20 fantasy points. She's fine. You just have to know, like, all you're hoping is for her to 2.5 or 3x. And if she gets more than that, like, buy a lottery ticket. But I don't hate it. It's just indifferent for me. Let's see. Can you play Lexi and McDonald together? I think you can. I am not, but I think you absolutely can play both of them together. Atkins or Williams? Atkins for me. I really like Ariel. I think if it's always what it is with her, if the first couple shots she takes go in, like, watch out. She can go for a big game. Thoughts on Lindsay Allen? Just mentioned her. Can you play McBride and Courtney together? I probably wouldn't. Now, I mean, it is a way to get different in like large field tournaments. LA is really bad against guards, so you can. I personally wouldn't. I think both are overpriced, and I wouldn't go there. I would, for me, if you're paying up for a guard, Mabry is the ceiling play, in my opinion, at her price. Would you play Harrison and Cardoso together? I have no issues with that. Like, you absolutely can do that. And I really think people are going to overlook Izzy from the last game when she was off her minutes limit, only saw 11 minutes. People are going to look at that and just think she's not going to play very much. Meanwhile, these games, these 3 games here, she had minutes limits, 16, 16, and 19. If she comes out and plays well, I mean, this game, she had 14 and 7 in 16 minutes. If she comes out and plays well and gets extended to this 16 minutes, maybe even close to 20, and she puts up 14 and 7, she's going to be a must. Like, if you don't have her, you can still cash, but you're dead for the big money. Is it possible that optimal lineups might barely crack 200 points a night? It's going to be a low scoring slate. Both these games, let's see, over under 159 and over under 160 and a half. Yeah, I think if someone gets 200 points, they're going to win a lot of money. SWK and Reese or Fee Melbourne. I probably still lean. That's close. I just don't think Melbourne's going to play near as much as some people do. I'll still go SWK and Reese. I just, when you get that low, like, Melbourne could come in and play one rotation and be done. Only get like 4 or 5 minutes. If she gets extended, yeah, obviously you want the Melbourne side, but I just don't trust her minutes. I think Van Loo's going to be fine. I think she's going to play mid-20s minutes. Reese over Hamby, I don't think I can do it. I think if you have the salary, go Hamby. She's just been uber consistent. She's going to play even in a blowout. She's going to get her 36, 37 minutes. I want to see it a little more from Reese before I'd play her over Hamby. Carter's overpriced. I agree. Yeah. Her price keeps going up and the minutes have ticked back down. She's a great tournament play. I mean, one of the best. She's going to be there. Nobody's going to play her. She'll be sub 10%. So if you're making a bunch of lines, I definitely have some Carter, but for the most part, I'm out. Like, especially if you're just making one line, I couldn't play her. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. We'll be live early tomorrow. We got our early slate. I think it starts at like noon Central Standard Time. So I'll be on 30 minutes before lock. I'll have the YouTube video out for that slate later on tonight. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Oh, we got one more question. You rather play McBride than Carter? Yeah, I would much rather play McBride. If you have that much extra salary, get up to McBride for sure. On FanDuel, do you like Alana or Reese? Reese for sure there. Like, if they're only 100 apart, yeah, Reese for sure. For sure, man. Yeah, just reach out to me. I'm down. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck.